Sir, is there a problem?
This food is moldy. This is outrageous.
I'm sorry, sir. I'll get in.
I want your supervisor now.
The cabin lights were dim as passengers settled into their seats for the long flight. In seat 2A, a quiet man in a gray hoodie opened his laptop and reviewed documents. He looked like any other traveler, calm, polite, and minding his own business. A flight attendant rolled her cart down the aisle, stopping at his seat. Without a smile, she placed a small tray in front of him. "Here's your meal," she said flatly before turning to the next passenger. The man looked down at the sandwich. Something was off. He lifted the top slice of bread and frowned. Green patches covered the edges. Mold. He pressed the call button. When the attendant returned, he showed her the sandwich. "Excuse me, this looks spoiled. Could I get another one?" She crossed her arms. "That's what's being served. If you're hungry, eat it." He blinked, surprised by the tone. "I'm just asking for something fresh." She leaned closer and whispered, "You should be grateful you even got a meal." Passengers nearby began to notice the tension. The man stayed calm. He didn't raise his voice. Instead, he quietly took a photo of the sandwich and the tray. Then he typed a short message on his phone and hit send. Minutes later, the purser approached him with a forced smile. "Sir, we heard there was an issue with your meal. Let us replace it immediately." He nodded politely. "Thank you. I'd appreciate that." But the situation didn't end there. About 30 minutes later, the purser's expression changed. She stepped into the galley and answered a call. Her face went pale. The captain was called next. Then another crew member. One by one, they were summoned forward. Passengers started whispering. A man across the aisle quietly began recording on his phone. Back in seat 2A, the quiet passenger kept working on his laptop, unfazed. The purser returned, her voice shaky. "Sir, may I ask your name?" He closed his laptop and looked up calmly. "Daniel Brooks." Her eyes widened. "Are you the CEO of Brooks Technologies?" He nodded once. That was the same company currently negotiating a massive contract with the airline, one worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And the photo of the moldy sandwich, along with a short description of what happened, had already reached the airline's executive board. Within an hour, the captain made an unusual announcement. "Ladies and gentlemen, due to an internal matter, this flight will be met by a replacement crew upon landing. We apologize for any inconvenience." The cabin buzzed with shock. The same attendant who had handed over the moldy sandwich stood frozen near the galley, her confidence gone. When the plane landed, airline officials were already waiting at the gate. The entire crew was escorted off the aircraft for immediate review. As passengers gathered their bags, Daniel simply slipped his laptop into his backpack and stood up. No anger, no gloating, just quiet dignity. The man some people dismissed as unimportant walked off the plane, while the crew that underestimated him faced the consequences of a single careless moment.